I don't see the drop in production. I just seen a kid that was a team player and played within the system. He didn't over try to do more than what he was supposed to do.
And I think that that's what matters, right? I mean, he played within the scheme. He was doing what he was asked to do. He wasn't freelancing, which can tend to get a lot of football players in trouble.
Yes,
So
sir.
his junior season, 2024, he was named first team All SEC. He was a finalist for the Lot Impact Trophy. He was a
Sir.
semifinalist for the Lombardi Award and the Chuck Benardic Award. I probably butchered that name. He earned the second team All American honors from the Walter Camp Football Foundation. He was also named Defensive MVP, which I feel is the most important one, by his own football team at the award show.
Yes, sir.
His peers obviously think highly of him, and there's a few really great athletes coming out of Texas A&M in this draft this season. So what I noticed from Purdue is they seem to utilize the single and a two gap system, which obviously you can fire in a single gap, two gaps you're kind of restricted. But at Texas A&M, it utilized more of a four down nickel base, odd spacing. They kind of canceled out the B gaps, counter offensive blocking schemes, and they also often paired that with like a three buzz weak rotation. So I can understand that he's more setting the edge, and he's really good. I think he's one of the best in this draft at setting the edge.
Sir.
He dropped a lot of weight from his last football game of the season to the combine. Can you explain about how much weight he dropped, why he did it, and can he go back up in weight to play the bigger end size?
It's our genetics. Um, he wanted to get faster, lighter. He got him a dietitian, and he molded his body. He went from a kid's body to a man's body. If you see him with his shirt off, he's more chiseled and more defined. Just when you think that you got this kid figured out, he does something else greater. And he's quicker, he's lighter, he could play inside. And actually, he motivated me. He was so fired up. I seen him at the combine. He got on me, Pops, you got to get your health in order. So after the combine, I've been eating healthy. I'm down 40 pounds since the combine.
Man,
We
nice work.
on
Nice work.
30, we can put on 40 in a matter of months. Me, him, and his younger brother. It's just our genetics, how we bathe. Yeah, so if he could beef up, he could get back to 285, no problem if asked.
Well, I think that's a key thing for fans. Obviously, NFL analysts, they know this, right? The scouts, they seen it, they know it. He was doing all this at 285, 279, kind of somewhere in between there. At the pro day, he showed up at what, 257 ish, right?
Yes, sir.
So you drop almost 30 pounds, and you could see the intent with the way that he was moving in the pro day the other day. Man, he has it.
Quick feet and
Yeah.
extremely violent hands. That's the only way I can explain it.
Let's
Quick
talk.
feet, extremely violent hands.
Let's talk about those violent hands for just a second. So at the combine, I forget your other son's name,
Nate.
Nate. So talking with Nate, and we're having great conversations, and he mentioned something. He's like, "Yeah, me and Nick will box from time to time." So Nate's a boxer, and I thought, wow, now it makes sense. Now I see where that straight right hand punch is coming from. I get it now.
Yes,
I
sir.
wish that more defensive ends would take on a little bit more MMA, boxing, whatever, to help with their hand fighting. Nick obviously has taken full advantage of this. So explain a little bit about that.
Yeah, well it started when they were younger. Like I say, we moved to Bryan College Station when they were 4 and 5. And the apartment complex that we moved in, it was like a lot of kids. And a lot of those kids were relatives in different aspects. And you know how kids are. They go out, they play. I used to go out with them and throw the football and stuff with them. And they would play for a while and then they would fight. So they had to earn their right to be there. So like that first 6 months year there, man, they were hand to hand combat every day with the other kids. It's it's more funny to me than anything because boys are gonna be boys.
Right.
So it was harmless, and a lot of those guys are still their best friends to this day. And he was always interested in boxing, so he took boxing classes. So they would get out there in the yard and they just box. And Fat Mac is way bigger than Nate, but Nate is so quick and agile. he just be dodging and we. But yeah, Nick, he's really nice from the shoulders.
Yeah, he definitely has that quickness. I mean, he fires off so quick. And when he was doing one of the bag drills, I forget the name of the bag drill right now, but the way that he slaps those bags,
Yes,
it is
sir.
so vicious. It is so needed, obviously, at the position that he plays. So,
Yes,
Nick getting prepared for the next level. Again, we had some more really great conversation at the combine, and specifically talking about, which I didn't even think about this. Like these kids have now changed with the NIL money. Um,
sir.
so one of the conversations you had mentioned how well prepared Nick was for the next level, and specifically talking about the NIL and how it didn't change him. So could you explain to the fans, and I guess anyone else that sees this later, about where Nick maybe came from, or how or why he stayed true to who he is, who he was, and always will be, and maybe he's just built a little bit different to handle the pressure at the next level?
Yes, sir. This kid got his NIL money. I told him enjoy your NIL money. Man, this kid helped everyone. He never changed. He used his NIL money to get subscriptions to places called Hot Works, the sauna places, in different aspects to take care of his body. He he may be buy clothes, but other than that, he's at home playing his game or watching tape. NIL money didn't change anything about him. He doesn't care about things like that. He's the quickest to tell you, pops, this stuff could all go away. This ain't what matters. People matter. I coached a youth basketball team a year ago, and he was so excited. He's like, Pop, that's how you do it. You know, he's all about giving back. He's one of the most unselfish persons I know, and I know it's coming from a father. So a lot of people like, well, that's his dad. Of course, he's gonna say that. But no, if you ask the community, they will tell you anything that Nick is asked to do, he's gonna show up. He's gonna donate and he's gonna be present. And he loves kids. It was just last week he called me like, Pops, I need you to come get my dog. He got a dog, Lily. I need you to pick her up. I got lunch with these kids. He was picking up lunch from Wings and More. That's one of our favorite restaurants in this town. Best wings
Yeah,
ever.
good stuff.
And he was grabbing lunch to head to the school to have lunch with them.
It's so inspiring, man. At a young age, he's the second youngest draftee for the NFL draft at 25, and you're talking about a young. I mean, let's just be real. I mean, he's an adult, but I mean, he's still kind of like a kid, right? And he's doing things for other people first, which, you know, I don't even want to throw it this direction, but my main focus is others first with the Rockhound Cancer Foundation. That's our main focus. We want to put others first. And it sounds like Nick he's already been doing that. And that's the exact type of mentality that the NFL needs more of, and more great human beings that are great football players on the field and great humans off the field. And it sounds like he is the embodiment of just that.
Yes, sir. You know, it's easy to do the right thing when everyone is looking.
Oh yeah.
But the test of a man is when you're doing the right thing when no one's looking.
Exactly.
And that's Nick. Like I promise you, like it's not a kid that he sees he don't stop and talk to, hug, pictures, whatever. Man, this kid is. I tell him all the time. I say, man, you're a way better man than me. He like, no, Pops, you're a great man. Well, that just tells you how great of a man you are.
Yeah.
You know, because like I can't stress it enough. Because these are things that can't be taught. This was God's plan, and He's walking in it. And that's the long and the short of it. It's God's plan, and He's walking in it.
Well, he's walking it, living it, eating it, breathing it. But you mentioned a routine, which is also part of that. You said a few guys from Texas A&M are just dialed in. They're just different. You briefly mentioned that, you know, they play the game. He's watching tape. So what was his general routine at Texas A&M, you know, from the morning till he goes to bed? Like, he had a general routine that he pretty much every day.
Yes, sir. Every day, kid, he go get up, go to treatment, go to classes,